Okay, in section 3.3, we're going to tackle 4 questions. Number 25, 26, 27, and 28 all have the same directions. We're asked to find the function that has this given derivative. In other words, we want to find y or find f of x, where y prime is equal to either cosine x or sine x, or f prime is secant x, tangent x, or secant squared x. So really what we've got here is a question that we're familiar with, but in reverse. We're given the answer and asked to find the question. So in number 25, let's start there. What function y has a derivative that is cosine? So what function has a derivative that's cosine x? And this might just take a little bit of searching around your derivative rules in your brain, or maybe you've got a formula list around, but it's the sine of x function, right? Because the derivative of sine of x is cosine x. Let's move to 26. What function has a derivative of sine of x? So we're going to start with y equals. I know that the cosine function has a derivative that's negative sine. We want the derivative to be positive sine. So it turns out then that this function is y equals negative cosine. You can kind of check your work over to the side. That means y prime would be negative cosine of x, which is, or excuse me, negative sine of x. We'll delete that and come back in here. So that would be a positive sine of x, which is what we wanted. All right, 27, what function has a derivative that is secant x tangent x? In this case, we're using f of x notation, and you may recall that the derivative of the secant function is secant tangent, so our function is secant of x, has a derivative secant x tangent x. And 28, which function has a derivative that is equal to secant squared? That's the tangent function, and that takes care of those 4 questions in 3.3.